Hello guys and welcome back. Welcome back to Untitled Hobbies. Yep, there's a Christmas tree. It's Christmas, and you know what? When it comes to Disney, they have been giving us nothing but fantastic Christmas presents. Granted, there's a reason why. It's called Investor Meeting for a reason. But they came out with this entire investor meeting, and in this investor meeting, we just keep getting good news after good news after, good news. I have talked about the Star Wars news. I have talked about the Pixar and Disney news that I was interested in. And now I am going to be moving to Marvel. Oh boy, and I know for a fact that I'm probably going to talk a lot about Marvel, so I'm probably going to possibly have to put this into two parts if I do. The second part's going to be in the card or somewhere, or at the end of the video for you guys to go ahead and see. They will be uploaded on the same day, so don't worry about that. Boy, there have been a lot to it. And you know what? After I was talking about, the first part of the investor meeting, Marvel was at the end, and I just haven't had time to the point where it's an entirely different day that I'm talking about it. Hopefully I can get this uploaded tonight so you guys can watch it tomorrow. But man, there's just so much good that came out of Disney. You know, we had Disney Mandalorian, that was awesome, and then all of the Star Wars news. That was just fantastic. I think Disney, including Marvel, has quite an interesting and positive future. Granted, I have to admit this, with how the world is right now with COVID and everything else that has been going on this year, we needed this Christmas present, and I'm really happy to have it. And it's just interesting that I am not hearing any news about the parks anymore, you know? And I mean, hopefully, you know, I'm hearing news about virus medication, so I hope the vaccine, I hope that gets around, and by the time this stuff comes out, I hope the parks start picking up again, because I actually really do like Disney. But either way, they're coming out with a whole bunch of good stuff, and they do have a couple things coming out in theaters, so I feel like eventually theaters are going to go the way of you know, like arcades and stuff like that. They're still out there. You can still go to one, but they're not as big as they used to be, which is going to be sad because I always loved the movie theaters, and I was never in the games, but it's going to be the same thing. So, but they do have a couple things coming out in the theaters, including from Marvel. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the Marvel news. Yes. Now, I am not going to talk about every single little detail from the investor meeting. Like, they came out with a whole bunch. I'm just talking about the stuff that I am interested in on my channel. But I highly recommend you to go look up the investor meeting for yourself and check out all of the news, because some stuff that I'm not interested in, you might be. So go check it out. There was a whole bunch to talk about. Now, as for me, I'm just going to talk about things that kind of stood out to me and were interesting to me. Okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and start with, and yes, because they came out with so much news, I even have to have my phone here to report everything, and I'm going to go through the Marvel section in this video and talk about what's interesting to me. Okay, without further ado, let's begin. Okay. Marvel. WandaVision is first. Okay, so a trailer came out. WandaVision, I cannot wait for. This is going to be really, really fun. I really already like what the trailer is showing, and I cannot wait for the series to actually come to Disney+. I am definitely going to watch it. I'm probably even going to review it on the channel. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm usually a Star Wars reviewer, but I do like Marvel too, and this is probably something that I'm probably going to review on the channel. What's also interesting about Marvel is, well, you see, Disney is doing this thing where now they're going to have adult content on Disney. They're gonna have a whole thing where you sign in and actually ask if ask parental permission to see if it's safe or not. You know, one of those kind of things. Which means we have Logan and all the X-Men movies and everything else at Disney Disney Plus. I mean, I haven't even looked to see if Deadpool was gonna be on there, but I bet Deadpool will be on there too. So, what's kind of interesting to me is, so when it comes to Disney, they have one of two options here. They can either bring all the X-Men stuff that Sony did into the MCU and then do a movie explaining why they were different. And the explanation could be simple as different universes. But now that we know of that, they could have like a portal open between both universes and just pop in and out of each one. They could do that, or they could do a X-Men series, you know, or an X-Men movie or something like that. Probably an X-Men series on Disney Plus. We could probably see a new X-Men series. But what is really interesting to me is there was no really X-Men. Well, we talking about Star Wars here. X-Men news that came out of Marvel. You know, I mean, all we saw is that Logan is going to be on Disney Plus, because they're bringing the adult content to Disney Plus now. But it's just interesting that we didn't get any X-Men news. I thought that they would do something for X-Men. But granted, I will say this, all of what came out is taking place within 2 to 3 years. I do not believe they're going more than 3 years. In fact, a lot of what is coming out, they have been in the works for a couple months. You gotta realize that COVID actually put a stop to a lot of production. So a lot of the stuff probably was planned to come out sometime this year. I mean, that's why they took so long to get new content on the Disney Plus, because no one was working on anything. They had Disney Plus, and that's been great. That's been making the money. That's been able to keep the lights on. But now that they have a plan, they're going to start putting out all of this really cool stuff on Disney Plus. So I'm really happy about it. But it is interesting that we got no news for X-Men. But I think within the next couple of years, we'll get more X-Men stuff, This is just for the next 2 to 3 years, right? So, okay, so we have that to talk about. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Of course, this is going to connect to WandaVision and all of that. That is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really interested in that. They say it's a horror movie, so this is just me. I like scary movies. I don't like horror movies. That's just me. I don't do horror. I like scary movies, and Rogue One was pretty darn scary. That Darth Vader scene, I could see that. I could see that Darth Vader scene a million times. I could have that just as an entire movie. I'm not into gore or horror, but I'm into scary movies, and I hope that this isn't gory. I hope Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I hope it's just scary and not gory, but that's just me. Okay. WandaVision will lead straight into Strange 2, but also Spider-Man 3. Okay, so they're also going to be connecting Spider-Man 3 to this. This means Spider-Man Multiverse, right? Could we see, they didn't come out and say anything about it, Tobey Maguire could be in this movie. I hope so. I would really, really hope so. I would really, really love that. Could we see Miles Morales? That could be cool. Could they do a crossover with the Sony Spider-Man? I mean, other than bringing Miles Morales in, it could be the same Miles Morales from the Spider-Verse movie, though. You're stretching it, man. You're stretching it there. I don't think they're gonna go that far, but that could be cool. Okay, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This is like the one that I really it's cool idea, and I like the trailer for it, but I'm really not it's not that I'm not excited for it, it's that I'm just I'm not bored with that. I'm just not there. The series just isn't hitting me the same way, you know? It looks cool. I'm probably going to watch it, of course, but it's just not hitting my excitement there. And then Black Widow will play in theaters. This movie was supposed to come out in May. I was actually planning months in advance to go for it on my birthday, because you know what? It comes out, it was supposed to come out about 4 days after my birthday. So it was going to be a little birthday present to me. I was going to go watch it. COVID hits, and we never got to see it. I could have sworn that they were going to move this to Disney+. Nope, it's going to be in theaters. Which means I'm probably going to have to wait until it hits Disney Plus to watch it. Because, to be honest with you, I just don't think I'm going to risk going to the theaters for. Even though I love Black Widow, even though I really want to see it, I don't know if I will be able to risk the theaters for any of these movies. Okay, Loki is next. Now, Loki is absolutely one of the best Marvel characters ever.
Top search results.
Google. Don't listen to me, Google. That was weird. Now I got search results for Loki. Okay, Loki is 100% one of the best Marvel characters ever. I absolutely loved Loki's character and everything he does. And we brought him back with the whole multiverse thing in Endgame, right? So we know he's going to get a show, the Loki show, and I've been dying to know what the heck is this going to be. You know? The fact that they killed off Loki in Endgame 2 was like, what? No, they killed him off in the Infinity War. I was like, really? Really? Wow. They did that. They killed off a lot of characters in Infinity War, actually. Most of them we knew were going to come back, but it's interesting the way they brought Loki back, because it's not our universe Loki, you know? It's another universe Loki. Another timeline Loki. So, it's just really interesting. I cannot wait to see the show, but it's a crime thriller, and he doesn't exactly know what he's gonna actually be doing in it. And from the trailer looks awesome, but I'm really confused. What the heck is he supposed to be doing in this? I hope we get some more confirmation from that. Obviously we will, by the time it comes out. It's gonna be on Disney Plus, so just something interesting. Alright, so, yeah, it just says here when Loki disappeared with the Tesseract, he wakes up in another world. Loki will arrive in May. Okay, so now I'm going to stop here, because this is 14 minutes, this is a good stopping point, and I am going to say thank you guys for watching. Part 2 to this video will be around here somewhere, so go ahead and check that out. Thank you guys for watching, and for now, I'm out. Bye. Again, I'll do part 2 here in a second.